Today's topic is favorite red flowered plant. The first plant that popped into my head in my garden, which was a peony. And it's hard to choose your favorites because peonies are, if push comes to shove, they are my favorite flowering perennial. And I went with Sword Dance, which is Paeonia laticiflora Sword Dance, zones 4 to 9. And holy cow, it's red. I was like, no, I don't have any red plant. Yes, I have this peony and it is red. It's kind of on the magenta-y, pinky red side of things. All online, they described it as wine red, and that's a misnomer. That's like that's not accurate at all. It is not wine red. It doesn't look like Cabernet. It doesn't look like Pinot Noir. It's not red. It is maybe a dark rosé, if you will, but it's beautiful. It's a single blossom. They're quite large. They're almost 4 to 5 inches across. And the outer petals are all this kind of dark magenta-y red. And then in the inner boss of stamens, it actually is yellow, but has hints of that red outer petal through the stamens. The curly whorls that are kind of scattered throughout that boss of stamens has that, that echo of the outer petal color. It behaves like most peonies. It's a 36 inches tall, 36 inches wide, just a nice, almost shrub-like appearance. Great glossy green palmate leaves to it. The great thing about single bloomed peonies, and I have several different types in my garden, is that this one, Sword Dance, like those singles, generally don't need to be staked, don't need a peony ring around them. The blossoms just don't get that heavy. They're not those doubles and triples that are just, a pound a piece and pull down the plant. This one stays upright, and it's the only peony that I have that doesn't have a ring around it year after year and holds itself upright. I loved that they called this Sword Dance peony a Japanese style peony, and some people even call it an anemone peony, which I love because it reminds me, especially that center boss of curly, kind of tentacle-y boss of stamens. It looks like an underwater sea anemone. It's very cool. So I'll always remember now that it's a Japanese anemone style. But early June starts flowering. I'm kind of bummed because I'm about to go on a fine gardening trip and mine are starting to crack color on those buds. So I'm super sad that I might actually miss the blooms on this peony this year, but it'll continue usually on for about 2 weeks or so, and then sporadic blooming afterwards every so often into July. But yeah, I love Sword Dance, so it made me a believer, I guess, in red flowers. We'll see.
Do you ever do the thing where you cut the blooms, I think just when they're beginning to break, and then put them in the fridge? Is that...
I've done that before. I went through a period of time where everybody and their mother were getting married in my friend group. So I had multiple bridal showers that were happening. And I had been out in Seattle doing an article with Catherine Mix, who owned a cut flower business outside of Seattle, actually, Sequim, Washington. And she taught me that when it cracks color, cut it, you wrap it in slightly damp tissue paper, right? And you throw it in the refrigerator, and then they look terrible. They look dehydrated when you pull them out, but a fresh cut into some warm water and you preserve them. So thank you for the reminder. I'm going to do that.
This is the year to do it, right?
Yes, exactly.